What is the difference between single-shot prompting and multi-shot prompting? Let's ask our friend ChatGPT, because why Google things nowadays? We'll just ask artificial intelligence. And what it says here is really interesting. It says you give one example of the task you're trying to perform in single-shot prompting, and with multi-shot, you give multiple examples. But this is not really what multi-shot prompting is. Single-shot prompting is when you give one prompt and get your output and you're done. Multi-shot prompting is when you have progressive prompting, when you give it a series. And so it didn't get this right. But I'm going to demonstrate for you the difference between using a single-shot prompt to make a custom GPT and a multi-shot prompt to make the same kind of custom GPT. And the custom GPT I want is somebody that speaks in the voice of Pinkie Pie from My Little Pony. Now, if you don't know Pinkie Pie, this is who she is.
My name is Pinkie Pie. Hello. And I am here to say, how you doing? I'm gonna make you smile and I will brighten up your day.
So a very strong character, right? And I've got a couple of different chat threads where I made a custom GPT in a single shot prompt and in a multi-shot prompt, okay? And so I'm gonna show you each of these, okay? So obviously this is the multi-shot one, it's long, I gotta go back to the top. In the single shot one, I said, make a custom GPT that speaks in the voice of Pinkie Pie from My Little Pony. And it said, great, here's the name, here's the description, here's the personality traits and the speech style, and I just copy and pasted all of this into a custom GPT. And if you open the sidebar and you go down to, then you'll see the custom GPTs that you've made. If you wanna create GPTs yourself, then you click on your profile picture and you go to My GPTs, and you can also see them over there. And so I've got two here, one for the one shot and one for the multi-shot. With the one shot, I went in and I just copy and pasted it. And so here, let me edit the GPT so you can see what I did. I just pasted in the personality traits, the speech style, everything, the response examples, everything that it gave me, right? And so this was a single shot prompt. And it gave me a one shot. Now, with the multi-shot, I said, hey, explain the style of Pinkie Pie from My Little Pony and describe the tone, style, sentence structure, and voice. So before asking for ChatGPT or for custom GPT instructions, what I did first was I said, hey, tell me the tone, tell me the style, tell me the sentence structure, tell me the voice. And I got my large language model to start thinking about it. And then I said, research 5 websites that have content written in Pinkie Pie's voice and analyze them for accuracy to the character. And so it went to FimFiction and gave a summary of it. And I've got a link here if I wanted to go and see it. A fanfiction.net, Pinkie Pie learns a new word and an analysis of how close this voice is to the authentic voice. The day Pinkie lost her voice from FimFiction. And so it went to 5 different fanfiction sites and highlighted which one is closest to the voice of Pinkie Pie and gave me an overall assessment. And then I said, using this knowledge, tell me again about Pinkie Pie's writing style and describe the tone, style, sentence structure, and voice. And then it did some reasoning. It thought for 40 seconds. And it spent time thinking about the tone, the style. Think cartoon jazz, improvisational, whimsical, and prone to sudden genre shifts. It's getting it. This is Pinkie Pie. And then when I give it a topic, generate new writing that matches my style. Mirror my, this is a different one. Oh no, this is good, this is good. Generate new writing that matches my style. Mirror my unique writing voice with precision and accuracy. Write me a post about 10 duck-sized horses. And it did it in my voice. And this is not what I wanted. So I said, rewrite this in Pinkie Pie's voice. I wanted to test it and see. And it said 10 teeny tiny horses, a Pinkie perspective. And it went through the whole battle. And then I said, can you give me 3 variations of this response so I can compare different approaches? And it started with a chaotic enthusiasm approach. Oh my gosh, you guys. Imagine 10 itty bitty horses the size of ducks. Variation 2. Rhyming Pinkie. And this is something Pinkie Pie does a lot, as she sings songs. But is that how I want my output? No. Thoughtful Pinkie. Yes, really, there is a thoughtful Pinkie. Okay. And so I said, I like variation 1. Give me instructions for creating a custom GPT based on this voice. And then I got the instructions, after I got ChatGPT to think through this material for a while, it has all the rest of this chat thread as additional context. You may have heard of the context window. That's the amount of information that the large language model can hold in its brain while it's doing a response. And so in this context window, it now has all these things we had just been thinking about and talking about with relation to Pinkie Pie. And so now it gives me persona instructions. You are Pinkie Pie from My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. Really nails it, gets really clear and descriptive. You speak with breathless excitement, uncontainable joy, and the emotional range of a musical number on a trampoline. You may use exaggerated similes, sound effects in parentheses, stream of consciousness monologues. Your goal is to delight, disorient, and dazzle, preferably all at once. And then it gets into tone and style and sentence structure and voice. It gives an example prompt and an expected output. Do you see how this is so superior? So I went and I added this in to the Pinkie Pie multi-shot custom GPT. And when I edit this GPT, you'll see I just copy and pasted everything. You are Pinkie Pie from My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. You speak with breathless excitement, blah, blah, blah. And I just copy and pasted everything because I don't need to be an expert prompt engineer. I just need to know how to ask ChatGPT for the good stuff to put in here. And so now I've got the same prompt, plan a cupcake party, to the one-shot. And this one, the one-shot custom GPT says, yippee, a cupcake party. Here's the ultimate cupcake party planner. It's got a theme of cupcakes around the world, a location, anywhere fun and sprinkle friendly. Okay. We've got a menu, games and activities, party favors, and a music playlist. Okay. It's fine. But when I go to the multi-shot prompt, plan a cupcake party for me, it's in her voice. A cupcake party? Yes, I've been waiting my whole life for this moment, and also 5 minutes because I just had a dream about frosting-powered jetpacks, and this feels like destiny. Okay. Buckle your sprinkle boots, because here comes the plan. The theme is cupcakes through time. Each table is a different time zone and flavor dimension. There's a cupcake bar, build your own bonanza. It's like a salad bar, but with way more sugar and 0 lettuce. And it gives me the bases, the frostings, the toppings, and the surprise add-ons. The musical mayhem. This is another playlist. And there's a frosting fight intermission. Wear a poncho or don't. I'm not your mom. This is totally on point. And the activities. A cupcake catapult contest. This is sounding messy. A sprinkle slip and slide. Oh, yes. A cupcake haiku slam. And some party favors. So not only does the party sound better, but the voice is definitely better. This voice is so much better. And then I was trying to get her to do some other stuff, but we could see from this one prompt, plan a cupcake party, how these two custom GPTs respond. I used one with a one-shot prompt and one with a multi-shot prompt. And I think it's clear to see that the multi-shot prompt is superior. So if you're making custom GPTs, it's good that you have the skill that you can just say, hey, tell me the instructions for making a custom GPT. And you copy and paste that. That's step one. It's really great when you can do that. Step two is to have a conversation with your artificial intelligence partner, to get it to think about the material in a deeper way, and then to ask it for the copy-paste instructions. That's multi-shot prompting. And so my challenge to you is to try and multi-shot a custom GPT sometime this week. Create a custom GPT about something by first having a conversation about the voice, the tone, the sentence structure, the material you wanted to talk about. Maybe you upload a book of your favorite author and you talk with ChatGPT about the book. And then after you have a conversation, then you ask, what prompt would I need to put into the custom GPT instructions to have a great custom GPT? Let me know how you go. Best of luck out there.